Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers document that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, is being honest. She told Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Matsins Wood, that her father, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., hurt her, but she's moving on. It's easier said than done to push past what seems like a more enduring end than past breaks. Ridge's return to Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, took a while and included him ending an engagement that Taylor initiated. Enter Deacon Sharp, Shankannon, stage left. He's fresh off a wife reveal that he thought was never going to happen. The trust he thought he shared with Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, was undercut when he learned about Luma Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. It's right to say that Brooke has a hold over Ridge that Taylor just can't compete with. As cliched as it sounds, the destiny Brooke believes in and repeatedly promotes during the trials of their separations is real. Taylor had 3 children with Ridge, compared to the one he and Brooke share. But the staggering 9 marriages Ridge and Brooke have agreed to, including the most recent one that impulsively took place in the Forrester Creations executive suite, overshadowed the 2 unions he and Taylor had. It's been nearly 2 decades since Ridge and Taylor were last married. Their real-time second marriage took place in 2006, when Hunter Tylo, the original Taylor, was part of the cast. Since then, it's been all Brooke with Taylor, played by Krista Allen, and now Budig, being his temporary rebounds. Taylor loves Ridge like no other man and has openly told him and others that on many occasions. Yet for many years, she refused to believe that he didn't have her at that elevated place in his heart. Choosing to believe that Brooke was tricking Ridge into their repeated marriages, which have taken place at a rate of more than 4 to 1, as compared to his marriages to Taylor, was wishful thinking. Ridge always loved Brooke more deeply than Taylor. The painful end of his reconciliation with her, when played by Allen, led to that character feeling compelled to leave Los Angeles, California. Taylor was said to have been in Europe, where she developed unknown physical problems. Taylor's misdiagnosed heart failure was actually broken heart syndrome. It briefly felt like that plot point would lead to a 3rd marriage to Ridge. But it never happened and she finds herself alone. Ridge made a promise to marry Taylor and reneged on it. That happened after he dove into the Italian waters to save and then resuscitate Brooke. Deacon's long-standing battle with Ridge, which stems from their mutual admiration for Brooke, naturally lends itself to the smart storyline that's developing. Seeing Taylor as a confidant, Deacon sought mental health treatment. But Taylor is vulnerable, and Deacon senses an opportunity. Their potential pairing evokes thoughts of multiple conflicts and plenty of juicy soap as the fall plays into winter. In a twist few saw coming, the bold and the beautiful may be setting the stage for one of its most unexpected yet satisfying pairings in years, Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp. What began as a friendship rooted in mutual understanding and regret could be blooming into something neither expected, genuine love. And this time, it's not about revenge, rebound, or filling emotional voids left by Ridge Forrester. This is Taylor finally reclaiming her independence, her heart, and her peace, while Deacon becomes something deeper than a comforting distraction. For decades, Taylor Hayes has been the emotional casualty of Ridge Forrester's waffling heart. Between Brooke and Taylor, Ridge has swung like a pendulum, leaving behind a trail of broken promises and half-hearted vows. When Taylor returned to LA, she came with good intentions, hoping to mend fences and focus on her children. But old habits die hard, and the gravitational pull of Ridge's attention once again consumed her. Yet this time feels different. After Ridge's recent behavior, defending Brooke's questionable decisions while dismissing Taylor's loyalty, something inside her snaps. She's exhausted, and fans can see it in Krista Allen's nuanced performance. The gentle therapist who's always extended compassion now wants closure. Spoilers reveal that Taylor has been quietly seeing a therapist herself, a twist that's both meta and healing. During these sessions, she begins to unpack why she's been unable to fully let go of Ridge. It's not love anymore, it's habit. It's the pattern of a woman who once equated being chosen by Ridge with being worthy. And in a stunning confession, Taylor admits she's ready to let him go. Not because she's bitter, but because she finally values herself more than his approval. Across town, Brooke Logan picks up on Taylor's newfound serenity. At first, she's suspicious. The old rivalry has trained both women to watch each other's moves carefully. But Brooke soon realizes that Taylor truly isn't competing anymore. Instead of bitterness, Taylor meets her with compassion, a move that disarms Brooke completely. Spoilers hint that Brooke will open up to Hope about feeling guilty for how things have unfolded with Ridge and Taylor. Brooke knows Ridge's pattern of indecision hurt both women. And for once, she's not eager to win, she's simply exhausted by the cycle. Ridge, however, remains characteristically oblivious. While he's basking in the illusion that both women are content, he doesn't notice the quiet shift in Taylor's demeanor, or that her focus is drifting toward someone who actually listens to her. Deacon Sharp has had a redemption arc worthy of soap legend. From ex-con to restaurateur, from Sheila's lover to Luna's unexpected advocate, he's clawed his way back into legitimacy. But even with El Giardino thriving and his relationship with Hope back on track, Deacon feels lonely. His romance with Sheila left scars he's not ready to reveal, and he's well aware that the world still sees him as the bad boy trying to play good. Enter Taylor. Their first encounter is casual. Taylor stops by Il Giardino for takeout, a moment of self-care after a therapy session. Deacon jokes about being the city's best-kept secret, and Taylor laughs, genuinely relaxed. What starts as friendly banter soon becomes a recurring pattern. She stops by more often. They talk about regrets, forgiveness, and the long road to self-acceptance. Spoilers indicate that Deacon becomes Taylor's confidant, though not by design. One evening, after hours, Taylor confides that she's finally ready to stop chasing Ridge. Deacon, always blunt, tells her she should have done that years ago. But he says it without judgment, just honesty. "You're too good for a man who doesn't know what he wants," he tells her. Taylor smirks. "You say that like you've never been that man." "Touché," he replies, grinning. Their chemistry is subtle but magnetic, two people who've spent years being misunderstood, finally finding ease in each other's company. In the weeks to come, the bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that Deacon's admiration for Taylor deepens. He's struck by her strength, her ability to rebuild her life after heartbreak, scandal, and loss. He calls her the calm in a storm, and though Taylor initially brushes it off, she feels something stir inside her. For the first time in years, someone sees her not as Ridge's ex, or as Steffi and Thomas's mother, or as the perennial rival to Brooke, but as a woman. Deacon isn't intimidated by Taylor's intellect or her past. Instead, he finds comfort in her calm energy, and she finds warmth in his directness. There's a moment one evening when they're closing Il Giardino together. She's helping him stack chairs after a late-night community fundraiser, and their hands brush. Neither speaks, but the spark is unmistakable. By the end of the night, Taylor leaves with a smile that Ridge could never give her, one that feels effortless. When word gets around that Taylor and Deacon have been spending time together, Ridge predictably scoffs. He tells Brooke that Deacon isn't good enough for Taylor, to which Brooke sharply replies, "You don't get to decide that anymore." It's a stunning reversal, Brooke defending Taylor, not out of friendship, but because she recognizes hypocrisy when she sees it. Steffi, however, is torn. She's protective of her mother, skeptical of Deacon's reputation, and still processing her own chaotic life with Finn and Sheila. Meanwhile, Thomas, perhaps the most unexpectedly supportive, tells his mother she deserves happiness, no matter who it's with. Deacon's not perfect, Thomas admits, but neither are we. And if he treats you right, that's all that matters. It's a rare moment of maturity from Thomas, and it brings Taylor to tears. Just as things begin to blossom between Taylor and Deacon, the past threatens to interfere. Sheila Carter, ever the opportunist, resurfaces, armed with guilt and manipulation. Spoilers suggest she'll confront Deacon, accusing him of replacing her too easily. When she realizes Taylor is the woman he's seeing, Sheila loses control. "You think the good doctor can fix you, Deacon?" she sneers. "She'll never understand what we had." But this time, Deacon doesn't flinch. He tells Sheila that whatever they had was chaos, and that he's finally done choosing chaos. For Taylor, the confrontation is eye-opening. She witnesses firsthand how far Deacon has come, not just from his criminal past, but from his addiction to toxic love. He's walking the same emotional path she's on, and that shared growth deepens their connection. The emotional turning point arrives when Taylor invites Deacon to her home under the pretext of thanking him for sponsoring a charity event for mental health awareness. The evening begins lightheartedly: wine, laughter, mutual teasing. But as the night wears on, vulnerability takes over. Taylor opens up about Ridge, not as a love confession, but as a farewell. "I kept waiting for him to choose me," she says softly. "But maybe the real problem was that I kept choosing him over myself." Deacon listens intently, his eyes reflecting empathy, not pity. When he finally speaks, his voice is low, but certain. "Then maybe it's time you choose someone who sees you the way you deserve to be seen." Taylor smiles through tears. "And who would that be?" Deacon steps closer. "You tell me." The kiss that follows isn't fiery or impulsive. It's tender, deliberate, healing. Two broken hearts meeting halfway. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our BOLD and BUTI Fuel UPDATE YouTube channel for more update news.